That breaking news, an early morning stabbing leaves several hurt and in the hospital. Police tell us the victims were 3 girls who are minors. Now this is where it all happened, at the Levi Carter Park Pavilion shortly after 12:30 this morning. And here's what we know right now. Police say they first got a call about someone being stabbed in the neck. When they got there, that specific victim was not there. Instead, they found 2 other girls, one who had been stabbed in the thigh and the other in the hand. Police tell us one of those girls were taken to the hospital with serious injuries after they investigated. Police say a 3rd victim was taken to the hospital with a stab wound to the neck, and that same victim went to a different hospital with life-threatening injuries. Right now, police say they are still looking for a suspect. If you know anything, you should call police. And more breaking news this morning. One person was rushed to the hospital after a crash. It happened in the area of Saddle Creek Road and Jones Street just before 2 a.m. Right now, the details are scarce, but dispatch tells us that person's injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening. Stay with us as we work to learn more about both of these breaking news incidents. For now, good morning. Happy Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend. I'm Maria Cade. A first alert to rain this holiday weekend. Let's check in with Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord with what you should expect. Rusty. An Omaha teenager is avoiding time behind bars for a deadly shooting. Last December, Charles Primes was shot and killed outside a home in South Omaha. A 16-year-old was arrested and charged as an adult for murder. Court records show the teen shot Primes because he was allegedly abusive to the 16-year-old's mother. His case was later moved to juvenile court, and this week he changed his plea to no contest for manslaughter. A judge sentenced the now 17-year-old to indefinite probation. Deputies say they found a 20-month-old child who has been missing since June. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says back in June, an investigator learned about the child who was put in state care in April. They say after the order, the parents would hide the child in different places. The parents then allegedly provided fake information to multiple organizations. Thankfully, though, the sheriff's office says the missing child was found in a home on Thursday. The sheriff's office says they think the adults inside the home knew the child was reported as missing and did a lot to hide the child. DeAndre Meridi and Sean Wicker are both booked in this case for violation of a custody order. More protests are happening in Lincoln, focused on the planned immigration enforcement facility in McCook. Governor Jim Pillen announced the facility, dubbed the Cornhusker Clink, earlier this month. The plan is to have ICE take over what is currently a work ethic camp. Earlier this week, we told you about 13 state senators sending a letter. They claim the move raises serious legal questions. Our sister station spoke with a Lincoln senator who was one of the lawmakers pushing for clarity.
I think we need to be able to have these conversations in the light of day, in public, and also permit the public to have a chance to have their voices being heard too.
Thursday, we heard from Governor Pillen's team responding to that letter. They told us in part, quote, the governor has always been transparent and would be more than happy to answer questions. However, the administration cannot answer questions when they are not asked, end quote. You can check out additional coverage on the planned ICE facility up on our website, firstalert6.com. Well, if you want to get a COVID shot this year, you might want to check to see if you're in the group of people who have federal approval to get the vaccine. Our John Chapman shows us how the FDA only gave the green light to some people. Following those changes, CVS is limiting their COVID-19 vaccine distribution this fall. The National Pharmacy will not provide the shots to people at all in some specific states. In 13 others, they will require a prescription depending on the patient's age. But don't worry, those changes do not apply to us here in Nebraska and in Iowa. CVS says they follow state-level regulations. Well, one metro city has not seen a new apartment complex in more than 2 decades. But now a multi-million-dollar project in Blair is being created to ease the housing crunch. Crews are already moving dirt on Blair Crossing. It's a $27 million project that will bring 132 new apartments to the city. Blair has been adding jobs and businesses to the city in recent years, but leaders say that growth has outpaced housing, leaving many workers commuting from Omaha instead of living there.
There's been a lot of different jobs come in there, but the employees haven't had a chance to actually live in the community. Not saying they have to, but if they want to, now this is going to give them capability to do that at a good, affordable rate.
The first tenants are expected to move in by next year. City leaders believe the complex will fill up quickly and could even change daily commuting patterns since thousands drive between Blair and Omaha for work. A new research facility is in the works to give farmers the tools they need to put food on your table. Class Omaha, which makes agricultural equipment for farmers, broke ground yesterday. The company's president tells us the new building will strengthen the local economy by creating new jobs and contributing to property tax monies. The 44,000 square foot facility will develop and test agricultural equipment. Then that equipment will be used for crops like corn and soybeans.
It's not produced in the supermarket. It's produced with the American farmer out here in the field, working 24/7, and our machines help the farmers to do their job.
We're told the facility will be move-in ready by next fall. Well, still ahead on First Alert 6, fearlessly praying and fearlessly unafraid. Hang tight for the Pittsburgh nun with a reputation for fighting crime one day at a time. And let's take a live look outside with our Union Bank and Trust CityCam network. This is 144th and West Dodge. Right now, a beautiful sunrise, but there are several chances for rain coming up later in the day and over the weekend. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord will have all the details when we come back. Welcome back. A Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania nun has a reputation for confronting thieves in her store. It happened again recently, and once again, she got results through love. First Alert 6 correspondent Barry Pintar has the story. Barry Pintar reporting there. Well, if you aren't prepared, you better get ready because we are expecting some rain today. Rusty, what do we need to look out for?
I tell you what, it's all about increasing rain chances today. It won't be an all-day soaker.
Still ahead, making sure you stay safe this holiday weekend, what AAA wants you to know about. Plus, get ready for record-breaking travel if you plan on heading out of state when we come back. Welcome back. It's another busy Labor Day weekend for U.S. airports. Millions of Americans are trying to get in one last summer vacation. It might even be you. The urge so strong that multiple major airports and airlines are bracing for record travel surges. NBC's Maggie Vespa has the latest. That was Maggie Vespa reporting. Also, AAA's Tow-to-Go service is back if you're needing a ride this weekend. The free service is made to keep impaired drivers off the roads. They say it should be used as a last resort, though. It will be available until 6 a.m. Tuesday. The number for the service is going to be on your screen here. AAA will send a tow truck to take you and your car to a safe place within 10 miles. Well, we talked about it a little bit, Rusty. The rain might continue throughout the weekend. What do we need to know?
Sunday's going to be the soggiest day. That's the biggest thing to take away from this. There and a lot of fall in that forecast as we round out summer.
I mean, that Saturday for the Husker game, though, that looks good. Hopefully we can keep that, right?
Yeah, that's holding pretty good. Next weekend looking pretty good right now, and that's anything above 80 gets warm down at Memorial Stadium, so good news there.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Rusty. Welcome back. Senator Pete Ricketts hosted his second federal issues forum at the Nebraska State Fair yesterday. He gave a legislative update and talked about federal issues facing Nebraskans. Ian Mason reports. That was Ian Mason reporting. Dan Osborne, who is running against Ricketts in the next Senate election, says that he was glad that some of the people on stage wanted to work with others who don't agree with them. Meantime, a federal appeals court is ruling President Donald Trump misused his authority. This when he imposed tariffs under an emergency powers statute, something only Congress has the power to do. The judges found Congress did not give the president authority to impose those tariffs. They will stay put for now, though, since the court won't implement the order until October. That gives the Trump administration time to file an appeal with the Supreme Court. Well, rain, rain, and more rain. Rusty, that's in the forecast. What do we need to look forward to the next couple days?
Sunday's the day to watch for the soggiest weather. I don't think it's going to be an all-day washout today. Be mindful of that. There could be a little flooding by the time we get late on Sunday.
Definitely something good to keep in mind, but I don't know if I wanted my jacket to come out this early, Rusty.
That's the thing. You got the chilly air. You're going to need it for several hours by the middle of next week.
All right. Thanks for that update. Happening next week, Iowa Senator Joni Ernst is expected to officially announce she will not be running for another term. This is according to CBS News. Voters first elected the Iowa Republican back in 2014, and this comes as Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds previously announced she would not run in 2026 either. Both Ernst and Reynolds are the first woman in Iowa to hold their respective positions. Former Republican State Senator Jim Carlin already announced he would run in the U.S. Senate primary next June. And still ahead, your chance of becoming a billionaire. That sounds good, right? What you could expect tonight. Plus, how the community came together to give one Omaha native a hero send-off. Welcome back. An Omaha native is making her directorial debut with a documentary about Bitcoin. Director Lauren Siekman and her co-director Dave spent the past 4 years gathering footage and traveling to 4 countries to capture it all. It includes high-profile interviews from people like Senator Ted Cruz and the former president of PayPal, David Marcus. Siekman says she learned a lot about the history of Bitcoin, the pros, the cons, and how it's evolving.
Something I was very passionate about was people having more financial literacy and that being taught in schools. And so I think going into it, that was something that I really wanted people to take away, is if they didn't know anything about Bitcoin. I'm not, David and I don't want people to watch this and then go buy Bitcoin. The whole point is to learn and go do your own research.
Unbanked is available to rent from their website, and we do have that linked up on our website, firstalert6.com. There will be a wider distribution, though, on streamers by the end of October. Omaha native Terrence Bud Crawford is fresh off a hometown send-off ahead of what could be the biggest fight of his career. The match takes place in a couple of weeks in Vegas. If he does win, he will become the first man to become undisputed champion in 3 separate weight divisions. Arzina Taher has more. On this day in history, 2 years ago to be exact, Nebraska made sports history with Volleyball Day in Nebraska. A record-breaking 92,003 fans packed into Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, setting a new world attendance record for a women's sporting event. The crowd beat the previous record set during a soccer match in Spain. The stadium was transformed from football field to volleyball court for that special event. And dreams of winning a huge lottery jackpot are only growing today. With so many people buying tickets, the Powerball jackpot has grown to an estimated $1 billion. It's now the 6th largest prize amount in Powerball history. If someone wins tonight's drawing, that player can choose to get 29 yearly payments or a lump sum payment of around $453 million. How's that sound, Rusty?
Just shy of $500 million. That would be pretty cool.
I already have my umbrella with me. I think I'm going to be carrying it all weekend long.
Not exactly a Labor Day many wanted, I would say, but maybe indoors reading a book.
Yeah, make the most of it with family, right? Well, thanks so much for joining us on this Saturday. Have a great Labor Day weekend and have a great start to your Saturday.
There you go.